In Hualien, a child uses social media to promote vegetarian recipes. In the United States, people gather to raise funds at a humanitarian concert, hoping to aid disaster-affected regions. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Hu Chao. Glad to have you here. In Hualien, one fifth grader named Ma Changhe began a veggie diet at the age of 6. He's led his whole family to become vegetarian and frequently uses social media to promote healthy and nutritious veggie food.
这边把它稍微压一压，就现在就是两边都要金黄。
不用加油了。
不用，就这样慢慢煎，就考你的那个耐心。
Originally from Kaohsiung but traveling to Hualien for education, Ma Changhe wants to demonstrate his cooking skills.
This sesame oil rice noodle dish is from 1,000 people. But we found another way to make it. It's delicious even when it's cold, but when it's hot, it is crispy and very fragrant and delicious.
回高雄的时候，阿嬷都会做。
An adult making the same dish may not be able to do it so well, but a child making this food is very impressive, and many people say it's outstanding and generates lots of likes. This is actually a difficult dish to make.
Vegetarians no longer need to hide in private as he started a social network website with an alias attracting more than 100 people to join him in his mother's veggie promotion.
从他身上也会学习到说
He has learned to be kinder to animals as he doesn't eat any meat. This is a sort of a peaceful activity.
I think that he has a very pious heart. He is very mature about his decision to be a vegetarian, and he is lovely. And every day he is full of vigor when he comes to class.
He started his veggie diet at the age of 6, and his parents accompanied him in this diet.
The Kaohsiung DaAi Kindergarten promoted the 111 Vegetarian Day, and later we decided to try it.
试试看。
At the beginning, his mother was worried and made many phone calls, but now she is one of his fans.
阿嬷说吃素不一样。
Grandma said that veggie food has no nutrition. I said cows eat grass, which is vegetarian, and they're healthy, so why can't we eat veggies? Giving up meat shouldn't be a big problem.
吃肉应该也没什么问题。
His grandmother's worries are the same of other people, but becoming vegetarian is actually healthier, and one can avoid a lot of problems.
Being vegetarian can lead you to avoid some unhealthy foods. The first is fried food. We should resist the traditional thought that plant-based food don't have any oils and use too much oils when we cook them.
His mother's basic concept is choosing food that has 5 different colors when cooking for the day.
When he was 6 years old, he often had a problem with his stomach, and when he ate, he was still very thin and was in bad health and frequently had colds. When taking a veggie diet, his stomach is better. Now he has more muscle. Before becoming a vegetarian, my cholesterol was higher, and now that I accompany him with this diet, I didn't need to take medicine and I lost weight.
素食的饮食。
With vegetarian food and drink, one has to consume cereal and unprocessed soy products at every meal. You can go and check the ratio of starchy protein to vegetables in the meal. If there are less soy products in this meal, one can add unsweetened soy milk for a snack.
He told me that he is now a vegetarian, which is a blessing for the family. He is strong and healthy, and he wants to live a long life so that he can accompany us longer and not pass away like other animals.
In Taiwan, Chiayi Tzu Chi volunteers gathered, forming a vegetarian market to raise funds for vaccinations. Upon a special occasion, senior Ye Qiuhong brought her granddaughter along, enjoying the benefits of vegetarianism. Let's take a look. At the venue, people gathered to promote vegetarianism and raise funds for vaccinations. This time, senior Ye Qiuhong brought her granddaughter to the vegetarian market.
We come to every event. It's the third one this time, and I want to donate some money to the vaccine fund.
Promoting vegetarianism in order to make the world a better place, each vegetarian restaurant promoted convenient quick food packages as it is fast and delicious to eat.
We have developed a series of cold chain food. Firstly, we never add chemicals, so we develop on our own and produce the food on our own. Our designed food products are for people who are just starting on a vegetarian diet, or they haven't taken the initiative to do so.
The meaning of the charity sale allows us to support the vaccination funding. It's all a part of doing good deeds.
Eating healthily and with a supportive heart, people at the venue are doing good deeds on behalf of our planet. With the rise of health awareness, more people began to adopt the vegetarian diet. Doctors hope that by promoting plant-based diets, people can improve their physical fitness as well as mental health.
Nasi lemak, fried grey tail, and Indian pancake. The multicultural makes Malaysia a food paradise. One mouthful after another, in the face of various tempting dishes, one will fall into the food trap unwittingly. According to the National Health and Mobility Survey in 2019, 1 out of every 2 people in Malaysia is obese. 3 out of 10 people have high blood pressure, 4 have cholesterol, and 1 out of every 5 people is diabetic.
Mainly because of the diet, among the top 10 causes of death, over 70% is related to daily habits, especially diet.
Illness may be caused by diet. In preventive medicine, a balanced diet has become an important part, and it also helps to reduce the risk of disease.
It's hard for the body to heal because we keep eating unhealthy food. In this way, our body's self-healing ability will not be effective. When you take away the bad things, plus the self-healing ability, your physical condition will then improve.
The nutritionist Fu Fangli runs a diet therapy restaurant that uses whole plant-based food to formulate healthy meals.
In every meal, I suggest there must be carbohydrates because carbohydrates help the stomach have better metabolism. The second is protein. Only a first protein is enough. Then there should be dietary fiber, which mainly comes from the vegetables. It should also contain good fatty acids. Then the dishes should have 5 colors of the full protein, including red, yellow, black, white, and crayon.
我们的这个配搭里面呢，有这个菇菌类咯 ，shiitake mushroom。菇菌类呢是属于多糖体来的嘛，可以提升我们免疫系统的。然后红萝卜含有维他命、维生素这个 A、维生素 B、菜心，就是我们的纤维类了。
As long as we take in a variety of fruits and vegetables, we can also absorb enough nutrients.
Each of us take in different amounts of protein, iron, nutrients according to our weight and height. Mushrooms and kelp also contain these nutrients. So as long as you have more meals of this food in one day, basically it won't be malnourished. The main reason for going vegetarian is to reduce calorie intake, which is the most basic checks of our body metabolism in one day. But if we cannot even control our weight, we won't be able to control any subsequent diseases.
As more people become aware of health, the Kuala Lumpur and Selangor chapter actively promote a plant-based diet in the community. Participants are invited to share the experience, enhancing people's confidence in eating vegetarian food.
Over the past 20 years, this is the first time for me to see many people have positive changes in not just in indicator, but all the indicators just in 3 weeks.
Diet can improve one's physical fitness. Only by eating healthy food can we avoid illness and pain.
William Goh, who lives in Rorong, Selangor, Malaysia, is 80 years old. After retiring, he has reunited with his dream of farming since youth. At the same time, he hopes to donate the harvest of asparagus to Tzu Chi, Kuala Lumpur and Selangor chapter. Here's more.
Children went out of the school to get close to nature and learn how to farm. Although it is hot and tiring, the actual experience has benefited parents and children a lot.
Yes. 保持它的湿度，
Taking online classes at home or at school has been over a year and a half. This is a good chance for him to come into contact with nature.
I experienced the hardship of the farmer, so we should cherish the food more.
The farmland is located in Ruirang, Saulinger. Grandpa William Guo, who is over 80 years old, is the owner of this land. Grandpa William Guo, who used to work in the electronics industry, liked farming when he was young and regained his hobby after retiring. He hopes to donate the harvest of asparagus to Tzu Chi.
I'm very happy that he can find comfort in farming and do something meaningful to society in his later years.
This piece of land can be used to do any activities in the name of Tzu Chi.
It's very suitable for parent-child classes and Tzu classes to come here to experience farming.
Natural farming methods can grow healthy vegetables and also cultivate seeds of goodness.
At the end of the year, Tzu Chi United States headquarters held a humanitarian concert, hoping to raise funds in order to aid regions affected by disasters. At the venue, volunteers inspired attendees to start doing good deeds.
"过去的这1、2年，很多的天灾人祸都是我们无法预期的。再怎么样的困难，我们可以携手一起共同度过，因为这个世界还是有爱的。"
Ignites my passion to support Tzu Chi and to continue my relationship with Tzu Chi because it is the way for our humanity to heal and our world to be a better place.
Tzu Chi United States headquarters' yearly humanitarian concert aims to gather loving-hearted and kind people. For every disaster, we need everyone's help. Our goal is to raise $2.5 million by today in the Southern California region. The pandemic, forest fires, floods in New York, and Haiti's earthquake shattered local communities. As disasters come one after another, people vow to help those in need and become stronger.
Tzu Chi for years has come and brought food once a month to our families. And at this point, following our virtual year of shutdown, it's extremely important.
Recognizing Tzu Chi's efforts, people at the venue wanted to support Tzu Chi further with kind actions.
The flower arrangement includes fruits and vegetables. There is even corn over here. It presents a small step of vegetarianism, leads to a big step in saving lives.
Dim sums, including our signature sushi, tora cake, and green bean cake. We hope to promote vegetarianism and let others know the deliciousness of vegetarian food. As front-end and back-end volunteers worked hard to complete their task, attendees felt the urge to start doing good deeds. After the outbreak of African swine fever virus, Taiwan banned kitchen waste for feeding pigs. At Pindong County, students from Donggang Senior High School designed compost buckets for decomposting leaves and kitchen waste. Teachers at the school also educated students on the current topics of kitchen waste while spreading the ideals of eco-friendliness. After utilizing a drill, the recycling bucket transformed. Drilling, making a door, then attaching locks and bars, the recycling bucket becomes a kitchen waste composter, the most important function of the bars, allowing people to turn a bucket upside down.
Aerobic composting relies on the contact with oxygen, so when you piled up things in the composting bucket, it's tough to use a shovel to stir the contents inside. So if we turn the bucket around like this, it becomes easier and effortless.
Within 1 or 2 months, leaves and kitchen waste on campus can be turned into compost. Cho Ting-xi, a director at Donggang Senior High School, designed this compost bucket as it becomes very helpful during the pandemic's Level 3 alert.
Because us office workers must order food from delivery services at work, because we have composting experience, we'll gather the kitchen waste together and then put it in a compost bucket.
Due to the African swine fever virus, kitchen waste can no longer be fed to pigs. In the class today, students learn about kitchen waste and composting, as students will also turn composting bucket on a daily basis. The buckets without bad smells have attracted black soldier flies to reproduce, a good nature lesson for students.
When I go back to my home, I told my family that kitchen waste, besides feeding it to pigs, can also be used for composting.
You can use it for planting trees. The fertilizer we made makes the soil healthier.
The school also brought the compost bucket to Liuqiu Island, hoping to reduce kitchen waste locally and to further reduce garbage output. Taichungshu Wonderland is the first factory employing people with physical and mental disabilities, and it has been designated as a tourist facility. Due to the pandemic, admissions to the facility stopped in June and July this year. To make up for lost income, staff members have been keeping up with market trends, producing things such as cloth masks and mass storage bags for extra income.
等一下把那个结要剪掉，斜的斜角斜口。你的品质应该要稳定，是每个都可以才对啊。谢谢你刚刚回声有没有？对。
It's very difficult to sew straight at the beginning, but I practiced slowly and gained a few skills, and now I'm able to slowly sew straight.
You have to think of many ways to let them understand and follow up. This may take half a year, or it may take 3 months. Not necessarily everyone's situation is different. For them, they are practicing new things, and it is possible that in the early stage, when we had orders for 100 items, some 90 of them were unsuccessful. We have received an order for our mask storage bag today, so today everyone has to come to work. When the pandemic situation was serious this year, our tourist factory was closed for 1 to 2 months. This 1 to 2 month period did not mean that our special employee didn't need to work. Actually, they still came, and we did not stop their work because we wanted to maintain their schedule. The content of our work is to pick up a lot of orders due to the pandemic situation. First, we develop our mask covers, and after this, we develop mask storage bags and environmentally friendly tableware bags, etc.
又来了！今天的留言是麦子好棒，对，就记得帮我们分享、按赞，然后今天就很开心跟大家聊天啊。
We are doing a live broadcast on the internet now because of pandemic. Our restaurant cannot be used, so our restaurant has been transformed into a live broadcast space to be used for publicity.
我想要包大概23或24。
这一双就是。
可以试走一下。可以，看有没有舒服。
When buying shoes, I'll make recommendations to them. If they want sandals, I would recommend something that is suitable.
When they first have a contact with customers, they will inevitably be nervous. We will actually have pretend customers and do practice with them so that they will not be so nervous when they actually encounter customers.
I'm still very grateful because I feel that if I don't have a job at all, I won't earn any salary at all. I really do like this job. In Taiwan, many patients in need of physical rehabilitation often find themselves at centers and hospitals, working with lifeless medical equipment while doing tedious tasks. Though there is another choice. Patients can now travel outdoors, visiting a horse doctor, and slowly heal themselves through interacting with animals.
Hi.
你今天的鞋子不灵不灵耶，好漂亮。
他们今天学校圣诞那个啊。
Riding on the horseback, one doesn't have to rely on others to move around, a feeling of being independent. Chen Guoxiong's daughter is a middle school student now, and being here makes her happy. It is cold today, with temperatures down to 10 degrees Celsius.
When she was 1 year or 2 years old, she came here. Because she has cerebral palsy, she's a child with both hypertonicity and hyptonia. She loves to ride horses. When other children are here, they will be naughty. But when my child is on the horse, she is happy and calm. She loves to be here.
你害羞
Guided by her therapist and coach, the girl undergoes hippotherapy, and through horse riding, she can slowly recover her hands and leg strength. Originally determined to have paralysis, the child can now walk while being supported by others. She can also engage in simple conversations.
At the time, my child was declared by doctors to have paralysis. She was near a vegetative state. But through hippotherapy, her back strength recovered so she can stand quite well now.
While riding the horse, one may feel sensory stimulation, including the sense of touch, vestibular sense, and proprioception. Once we feel the stimulations, our brain emits endorphins, achieving the effect of calming and relaxing our bodies. If the stimulus reaches our central nervous system, our language, emotions, and behavior will change.
Utilizing the horse's rhythm, we can guide the rider to move their hips, and through moving their hips, we can improve their body's balance.
Originally a physical therapist,嘉蔬encountered hippotherapy for patients suffering from cerebral palsy. As she devoted herself into the field, she combined physical therapy with horse riding and designed assistive devices in order to help patients rehabilitate through activities. Deng Xingyi is a mother of a twin. She brings her children to the stable weekly. Together, they feel the joy of interacting with horses.
I have twin brothers. When the younger brother was born, he lacked oxygen and it damaged his brain. So he was declared to have minor cerebral palsy around the age of 1. He is a bit slow and has movement restrictions. His condition is more on the hypotonicity side.
Through horse riding, patients can learn to utilize both their hands and legs. These smart animal doctors will also adjust their own actions depending on the reactions from patients.
If we do physical rehabilitations at hospitals, the space is enclosed and there aren't many tools to play with. Therefore, it feels less energetic. Being here, at least my child can interact with the nature and animals, and he can relax and do things he likes.
As early as the 9th century, there are records showing that people once used animals as physical rehabilitation means for people with disabilities. At around the 17th century, hippotherapy was used to heal patients with neurological diseases. Studying hippotherapy for 16 years,嘉蔬says that 80% of patients coming in for courses have improved their walking abilities after undergoing hippotherapy.
Many children that took on hippotherapy can begin to utilize the horse riding machine. So you can imagine that when the child himself doesn't even have sitting abilities, it's hard to use the machine. Our horses are very sensitive, thus when the rider feels weak, it will know when to slow down.
During the cold days, these patients are trying their best on horseback to regain their muscle strengths, but under the riders, the horses exhibit patience and kindness in order to help patients in need. In Hualien Fongbing Township, the scenery of marine terraces is beautiful, yet due to the long-term use of fertilizers and pesticides, the local marine ecology has been deeply impacted. Local youths gathered, promoting eco-friendly farming and monitoring marine ecology as good results returned. Thank you for watching. See you next time.